Hi. Welcome to our class. Today we will discuss factoring quadratic trinomials whose a is greater than 1. In our last video lesson, we discussed how to factor quadratic trinomials with leading coefficient equal to 1. Such as, x squared plus 5x plus 6. We know that the first terms of the binomial factors is x, which is the square root of x squared. The second terms are the factors of 6 that gives a sum of 5. In this example, the factors of 6 whose sum is 5, are 2 and 3. Therefore, its factored form of such as x squared plus 5x plus 6 is, x plus 2 times, x plus 3. How can we factor a quadratic trinomial such as 3x squared plus 10x plus 7? The given trinomial is an example of quadratic trinomial whose a is greater than 1. To factor a trinomial of this type, we must make sure that the trinomial is written in the correct order. The trinomial must be written in descending order, from highest power to lowest power. And after that, take note of the following steps. 1. Multiply the leading coefficient and the constant. That is, multiply the first and last numbers together. In other words, find the product of a and c. 2. Find the factors of ac whose sum is b. 3. Rewrite the original quadratic with 4 terms, by splitting the middle term into the 2 numbers chosen in step 2. 4. And lastly, factor it by grouping. Going back to our example, 3x squared plus 10x plus 7. The trinomial is already written in standard form or descending order. We now identify the values of a, b and c. Here, a equals 3, b equals 10 and c equals 7. Following the steps mentioned, find the product of 3 and 7, which is 21. List the factors of 21, whose sum is 10. The factors of 21 that will give a sum of 10 are 7 and 3. Next is to write the middle term, 10x as 7x plus 3x. The resulting polynomial now is 3x squared plus 7x, plus 3x, plus 7. Then we factor it by grouping. You can group 3x squared plus 7x, and 3x plus 7. Or you can also group 3x squared plus 3x, and 7x plus 7. You can choose from those 2 groupings. You will come up with the same answer. If you selected 3x squared plus 7x, as the first group, and 3x plus 7 as the second group, the GCF of the first group is x, for the second group the GCF is 1. The common binomial factor is 3x plus 7. Factoring it out, will result to 3x plus 7, times x plus 1. If you group 3x squared plus 3x, and 7x plus 7, the GCF of the first group is 3x, and the for the second group is 7. The common binomial factor is x plus 1. Factoring it out, will result to x plus 1, times 3x plus 7, which is the same with our previous answer. Remember, multiplication is commutative. Changing the order of the factors will not affect its product. Next example. Factor 6x squared plus x minus 2. Using the steps mentioned a while ago, we find the values of a, b and c. In this example, a equals 6, b equals 1, and c equals -2. Find the product of 6 and -2. Their product is -12. Then we list the factors of -12 that will give a sum of 1. The correct factors are -3 and 4. Then we rewrite the middle term, x as -3x plus 4x. After that, we apply the steps in factoring by groupings. You can group 6x squared minus 3x, and 4x minus 2. The GCF of the first group is 3x, while for the second group is 2. Factoring it out, will result to 3x times 2x minus 1, plus 2 times 2x minus 1. Factoring out the common binomial 2x minus 1 will give us the factored form of the given polynomial, 2x minus 1 times 3x plus 2. You can check your answer by multiplying the factors. The product should be the same with the original polynomial. For our next example, factor 12x squared minus 14x minus 10. Examining the given polynomial, we can identify that it contains a common monomial factor. We must factor out first the GCF, which is 2, before we proceed to the steps in factoring quadratic trinomials. Factoring out 2 will lead us to 2 times 6x squared minus 7x minus 5. Then, we identify A, B and C. A equals 6, B equals -7, and C equals -5. Multiply 6 and -5. Their product is -30. Factor -30 such that the sum is -7. The correct factors are 3 and -10. Then, rewrite -7x as 3x minus 10x. After that, the resulting expression is a 4-term polynomial. We factor it by grouping. The first group is 6x squared plus 3x, and the second group is -10x minus 5. The GCF of the first group is 3x. The GCF of the second group is -5. Since we factor out -5, in the second group, then we must change the signs of the terms. Factoring out the GCF of each group will result to 3x times 2x plus 1, minus 5, times 2x plus 1. Factor out the common binomial 2x plus 1. Will result to complete factorization of the polynomial, which is 2 times 2x plus 1, times 3x minus 5. It's your turn to answer. Factor 3x squared plus 14x plus 8. I will give you 1 minute to answer. Time's up. The right answer is x plus 4 times 3x plus 2. Here's the solution. Are you ready for the next polynomial? Factor, 2x squared plus x minus 45. I will give you 1 minute for your answer. Time's up. The right answer is x plus 5 times 2x minus 9. Here's the solution. I hope you learned something new today. Until next time. Goodbye and God bless.